Kim Brzezlik here. It's about 3:34 in the morning, Eastern Standard Time, United States. Going to reassemble the mini lathe. I want to thank all my European, Australian, and oh gosh, is it Barbados? I'm sorry. Thank you to all my international viewers. It's such a kick. As well as my fellow statesmen. Really appreciate all the new subscribers. If you'd all tell a buddy and bring a friend, and please subscribe if you haven't already. I'm a growing channel. I need all the help I can get. Okay, let's take a look at this modification and the reassemble of the lathe as it sits. Okay, let me get us hooked up here. I think I have everything as it should be. The modification we have this plate here. The bottom side is similar to this. I have 4 ball bearings riding on this surface here. And this one has 2 ball bearings with set screws adjusting the lateral. So bring my parts over here. So what we have here is my replacement to my compound. So I got some socket head screws. I believe those are 6 millimeter. Let's see if we can confirm that. Actually, no, these are quarter by 28. Quarter by 28 imperial. Okay, I'm going to take a 1, 2, 3 block and put back here. Just to, well, you know why. Just to keep that tied up in the front. And no signs of daylight there. These were, I believe, Little Machine Shop. Probably not grade A. The champering is kind of sloppy. But nonetheless, you know, the things that I'm doing, it's plenty accurate for me. So I'm just going to give those a snug. Now I have a little plate here for locating my quick change tool post. Which is going to look like this. Then I have a second plate. I don't believe I have the Allen wrench out for this one yet. This one is metric. Excuse me just a minute while I find that Allen wrench. Okay. I believe that's going to be a 3, number 3. It is a 3. My toolmaker in the area is semi-retired, and he's made it his mission to shop tools out there on the market, and he collects things. He'll give me a call and let me know what his latest haul is. And I picked up a set of metric and imperial. Both sets, I have a wobble set in both flavors. So let's get this thing down. Not even snug yet. I want to be able to, if that plate will move, I want to be able to move it a little bit. And once again, I'm going to use my 1, 2, 3 block, and actually just going to use it to persuade this exactly where I want it. I previously chucked up my 1018 cold roll. Got it indicated in, and the first time I indicated that in on the initial cutting, I had a little bit of trouble. So I thought I'd do that off camera, and I'll be doggone if it didn't come right together for me. Okay. Having some alignment issues here. Really shouldn't. Yeah, I don't know what's going on here. This time when I aligned it, I used a little bit different method than I did the first time. I was, maybe 15 to 20 thousandths high, and then maybe negative 10 to 15. So I loosened my lows and advanced my highs. Did that a couple times. Then I reset my zero, kind of in the middle, and that helped me. I was all over the place the first time I indicated that in. This isn't the prettiest piece that I'm attaching right now, but it does get the job done. I did make a new blank for this, but I boogered up the holes that I threaded into the casting. I boogered them up pretty well. You can see I have two different sizes, but there's my new piece. But like I said, the holes I have in the casting, we got two different well, let's just say they're going off in two different directions. And that's no good. I am getting better at that procedure of drilling a countersink hole and having my through hole, centered. Because I countersunk this, I drilled my through hole, then I ran my drill through this block. Of course, if you're not starting off with a straight, if you're not starting off straight, you're not going to end up straight. So, inexperience, impatience, I can say I know better now, but I'm not going to say I would never make that mistake again. I am getting a little better at stopping and rethinking things, and a lot of times it's just a lack of knowledge on my part, not knowing, of a capability. I'm trying to use a hacksaw and a file and a cutoff tool to make something like this, and then it finally occurs to me by watching another YouTuber that I can make this piece on the 4-jaw chuck. So, in my usually only takes about 1/8 of a turn to lock that. So it does do the job. It's much better than driving a set screw into this surface, which is what whoever made this lathe intended. I did make this little tool, specifically for that task. I think that's maybe a number 213, maybe. Could be way off. But a little dedicated tool. I did the red accent there because I'm so frickin' creative. And when I was using the compound, I wanted a way to quickly loosen this up to be able to rotate my tool post. So I ended up with that. That was my first taper. And of course we got the red accents on that as well. I can still rotate that, and what it would entail was lifting up, and I have a lot of this stock here, which is the same as what I made these blocks with. So I could, theoretically I could twist that around and set this corner up on this, and I would still have these screws to deal with, so I'd probably be limited on what kind of angle I could actually get. So I'm just gonna maybe leave everything as it is as far as camera angle. Let me double check everything here. These are all tightened down here. We might need some adjustment here. It's tight. I'm usually, only moving, a quarter-inch movement usually at the most. Well, maybe an inch. I don't feel any play in that at all. So let's send this thing for a ride. I don't think this machine was intended to have a 4-jaw chuck of a greater dimension. I think it's 4 inches. Hit reverse here and bring it back to you. Let's see something. I don't really remember what this... yeah, that's a 4-inch chuck, and that's what came with the machine and what it's probably most comfortable with. So there's quite a contrast. Probably better over here. Okay. As far as that piece of material in the chuck goes, I'm kind of thinking about repeating a project. This was the magic tube. Let me see if we can find the lid. Well, I can't find the top to that one, but let's use this one. This one has a pretty decent opening in it. It actually made sense. This was another attempt. The idea is you turn this and the seam is invisible. And, you just basically, at first sight, you just have a copper slug, a brass slug. But, my threading... even with taps and dies, my threading had a lot to be desired, and it's just a matter of using the right twist drill for the corresponding tap. So, probably going to use this steel and reattempt the magic tube. I have I believe well, actually I have a lot more. These are just my metric taps and dies, so anything that I have a die matching a tap I just throw in this bag. This stuff is all Irwin. A lot of the Irwin taps will have the drill size on it that you want to use. My buddy who goes out and collects tools and resells them, gave me they didn't give them to me, but I got quite a selection of taps, but for this project I need the corresponding die, which is going to be 12 millimeter. That looks a lot bigger than 12 millimeters. Yeah, that probably was 12 millimeters. I probably used a little too large of a drill there. Yeah, I think so. Well, that's it for now. Please like and subscribe. Tell a buddy. You know, every time I say that, I find something else I want to talk about. And this is something that, you know, I should have had, you know, happening a lot sooner. But, I lost my, I got the DRO here, the poor man's DRO. This came with a screw, so I'm sure that made it accurate. I'm not sure about why that is or any of the science behind that or math. But apparently you don't have to oil these things, because the one on my compound was over-oiled and stopped working. And then after that, it was still mounted. I was doing something and I was cranking this thing, and said, man, this thing is getting tough to crank. And, you know, I'm just tearing into this plastic part and just ripped it apart. But, you know, I've had this the whole time. And, you know, number one, you know, the importance of having this measurement is not foremost in my mind. And obviously the simple solution was not in my mind. But I kind of like that. It makes me look like a YouTube machinist, which I am far away from. I'm here for you to critique what I am doing and, you know, keep producing that informative content that you're putting out there. So that's going to be it for real. Thank you. Please like and subscribe. Once again, thanks so much to all the AIDS workshop people who joined my channel. This made a gigantic difference in my shop life. Not that I need to have a lot of subscribers. It's just that now I'm finally getting feedback from other viewers. And, you know, that's kind of the reason I started this, so that I can, you know, so I can learn. And it's been, you know, trial and error. And then my new subscribers will actually, you know, give me a couple tips and, you know, get me going in the right direction. And that's the reason I'm here. So I so appreciate that, you know. I'm not going to be offended. Just, you know, just let it rip. All right, you guys, stay safe during this crazy world-changing event. Let's hope that we can come out of this with an understanding that, you know, we're all the same. You know, love your brother, regardless of where they were born, where they're from, what color they are. We're all in it together, brother. Let's just try to love each other, and I think everything else will fall into place. Good day. Cheers.